everyone, welcome to Savi's Palette. My name is Savita and today I want to share with you all another recipe of my mother-in-law, and it's called Kadalebele Gojju. Kadalebele is a type of dal called Channa Dal, and Gojju is a spicy tangy sauce, and the base in this sauce is the kadalebele and tomatoes. And this is another really tasty dish which I had never tasted till I got married, and I learned this from my mother-in-law, and I actually got the proper recipe from my sister-in-law. So I'm really happy to share this dish with you all today as a tribute to my mother-in-law Leela. Let's go ahead and get started. So let me show you real quick how Channa Dal looks, and this is how it looks, and let me just show you in the spoon. Okay, and so this is a dal we'll be using, and you don't need a lot of it. You just need about 1 tablespoon of this dal in the dish. But I'm using this size tomato and I'm using 3. I'm just going to chop them up really small like so. And now I'm going to go straight to the stove and to a heated pan, and we can get started with the rest of the recipe. Okay, now we have a heated pan here. The first step is to add just about a teaspoon of olive oil. And to the heated oil, we're going to add a tablespoon of Channa Dal, and let's fry this up. Fry till you get a nice aroma and it turns just a little, very, very light brown. Okay, now there's a nice aroma coming, and it's very lightly toasted. And to this, I'm going to go ahead and add my red chilies. I have 4 here. I use what's called Bydagi red chilies. These are not too spicy, and you can change the amount of chilies you use and the type based on your spice level. We'll also add to this a teaspoon of Methi seeds or fenugreek seeds, and we're going to give it all a nice quick toss. This is ready, and let's remove this onto a separate dish. So here I have it in a separate dish, and while this cools, let's go ahead and cook the tomatoes. We'll add a little bit more oil, just about a teaspoon more. To this heated oil, we'll add a teaspoon of mustard seeds and about half a teaspoon of hing or asafoetida. Wait for the seeds to sputter. Close it. Once the mustard seeds started popping, I added a whole shredded fresh turmeric and a handful of curry leaves, about 10 or so, and I'm frying it lightly. And to this we'll add the chopped tomato. A dash of salt to it, just a little bit to get the juices out. And let's go ahead and close this and cook it till the tomato gets cooked nicely. A really quick recap, because the part where I added the turmeric and the curry leaves did not get taped, just wanted to really quickly go over. So once the mustard seed starts popping, you go ahead and add your turmeric and the curry leaves. If you don't have fresh, you of course can use powdered turmeric, and I would use about half a teaspoon of turmeric powder and about 10 to 12 curry leaves, and I just shred it like into half so the flavors come out, and toss it along with the mustard seed for a couple of minutes till the curry leaves are nice and fried, and then add your tomatoes to cook. So now while the tomatoes is cooking, our next step is to grind. And remember this mixture of Channa Dal, Methi leaves and red chili powder. We're going to grind that with some fresh coconut. I have about half a cup of this sliced coconut. If you're using grated coconut, I would take about 3 to 4 tablespoons of it. So I'm going to just add coconut, and we'll add all our fried stuff. About half a cup of water. And let's go ahead and grind this out. All right, we have our ground mixture ready, And look how nice and smoothly it's ground. Okay, and let's go ahead and add this to the tomatoes which are cooking. So the tomatoes are cooked perfectly, and now to this we'll add our ground mixture. Let's mix this up. So the chana dal is going to now thicken the curry. So you have to add appropriate amount of water. So I'm going to go ahead and add another cup of water. To this we'll add about a teaspoon of salt. Clearly the amount of salt you add will depend on your taste. And let's let this cook for a couple of minutes. It's been about 2 minutes and it's really thickening up. I might add another quarter cup of water. And another key ingredient in this dish is jaggery or brown sugar. I'm going to use this coconut sugar. So I'm going to add about a teaspoon and a half of coconut sugar. Just look at the rich colors. The tomato and the turmeric adds this beautiful color to this dish, and it smells amazing. Let me add another quarter cup of water to this and another half teaspoon of salt. The amount of water which included the water I used for grinding the mixture has come up to 2.5 cups. But it's very forgiving, and the amount of water you add is up to you depending on the thickness you are looking for. I just gave it a quick taste and realized that the tomatoes I've used is not very sour, it's more sweet, and it's important to have that sour flavor. Gojju typically is a spicy, sour and sweet dish. Since it's not so sour, I'm just going to quickly add half a teaspoon of tamarind to this, and let's stir this up. If your tomatoes are not very sour, I suggest adding about half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of tamarind depending upon the sourness. But you want the sourness and the sweetness and the spicy to be balanced perfectly. Let's just close this and cook it at low temperature for a couple more minutes for all the flavors to come together. So this is all ready for us to move it into a dish. Here is the Kadalebele Gojju, and look at that color, and the aroma is just so heady and so rich and amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and taste this. This Gojju goes well with rice, chapati, dosa. I'm going to taste it today with just some cooked brown basmati rice, and the way to eat that with the rice is to take a dollop of homemade ghee onto the rice and put some of this delicious, yummy Kadalebele Gojju with the thing. Mix this up. Oh my God, my mouth just watering because the smell is so good. You all have to try this. It's very unusual, not a very common dish, and super tasty, and you saw how easy it was to make. And let me taste this. It really is so tasty, guys. You need to make sure that the sourness and the sweetness balances the spice. Hope you all get to try this out. Please like, share and subscribe, and thank you once again for watching. Bye-bye.